Happy New Year and welcome to the Peoria Adventist News Network. My name is Matthew Lucio, and this is what's going on in the world of Adventism. We will begin in the United States. The Emmanuel Temple Seventh-day Adventist Church in Buffalo, New York, is looking to build after renting for the past 5 years. The proposed $4.5 million building would have 22,000 square feet and would sit a half mile from the congregation's old church building, which had roots back to 1853. The proposed building would have a community center offering after-school programs to area children. In Radford, Virginia, an old Seventh-day Adventist church has been converted into a craft brewery. The brewery kept the church's original stained glass windows depicting Jesus as well as the original pews. They are also maintaining a community service mission by asking customers to round up their orders to the nearest dollar. All proceeds go to a Meals on Wheels operation being run out of the lower floor of the old church building. With hospitals struggling to administer COVID-19 vaccines on a wide scale, one Adventist hospital in Mendocino County, California, gave 600 doses of the vaccine in 2 hours when their freezer unexpectedly malfunctioned. The Moderna COVID vaccine must be stored at a cold temperature to remain effective. Once it reaches room temperature, it must be used within 12 hours. Hospital administrators figured they had 2 hours left and organized the massive effort to vaccinate as many people as possible so that they would not waste the vaccine. All medical staff were called in to 4 locations to help with the effort, which ended up turning people away once the vaccine ran out. The hospital's spokeswoman called the effort heroic and said that hospital staff learned a lot about how mass vaccinations could work. Now let's look at the rest of the globe. First, the Inter-American Division President, Ellie Henry, was apparently kidnapped on Christmas Eve in Haiti along with his daughter. He was released without injury on December 28th. Haitian sources initially reported that the kidnappers were asking for a ransom of $5 million. It is unclear whether that ransom was paid. President Henry published a letter thanking church members for their prayers, but didn't offer any further details. Just a few days after his release, the publishing director for the same division, the Inter-American Division, Irvin Gonzalez, passed away from complications related to COVID-19. Gonzalez had been admitted to a Mexican hospital earlier in December before succumbing to the disease on New Year's Eve. He was 59 years old. Next, we go to Rwanda, where one of the nation's banks, BPR, has partnered with the Rwanda Union Mission to develop a mobile payment platform to allow members to pay tithes and offerings from their phones. The platform is called MoPay and is in response to the Rwandan government's efforts to halt the spread of COVID-19 by encouraging cashless transactions. The president of the mission urged Adventists to make use of the new system, saying, "There is no law that says the church should remain conservative and not adopt the use of technology in what we do." Next, we're going to take a look at social media to see what's going on with Adventists over there. Heidi Campbell just completed a presentation at Sligo Seventh-day Adventist Church for their Sabbath School program about women in Adventist history. Her presentation was titled, "Put on the Woman, Explorations in Gender for Global Adventism." Not Adventist related, but I keep getting ads for Impossible Foods. I mean, look at this. This is amazing. Looks delicious. Anyways, moving on. YouTube sensation Justin Koo has conquered YouTube and is now turning to chess. Marcos Torres is starting a new podcast with his friend and ministry partner Joel Brown. Haven't listened to it yet, but as you can read here, it's a podcast about God for people who don't like church. Finally, Lauren Siebold, editor of Adventist Today, weighs in on ketchup as a condiment. Siebold asked whether anyone still liked ketchup and received over 100 comments. Well, that's all the news I have for you today. Remember that the gospel is good news. Thanks for watching.